Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this evening live stream, I'll cover the last sections of RockNBlues 2's level pack / quote-unquote fangame, Mega Man RockNBlues. During last evening's stream, last week, Saturday evening, I covered the intro stages and the 8 RM stages. Boy, 2 of them were toughies. So now, I'll start covering the 2 sets of 4 Fortress stages, beginning with Corruptor Fortress 1, Titanium Gates, with 12 plays and a score of 1. Let's dive right into this. I'm saving it for this stream because I knew it was going to take at least 90 minutes, if not more. And the RM stages already took over 90 minutes. The volcano stage and ice stage especially. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Jedok, Hyper, Paul, Pixel Boy, Rajo2, Mr. Lee, Jaden. And anyone else who I missed. At the very least I have 2 E-tanks, I think. Actually, could someone double check how many E and M tanks I had at the end of the last stream? Good evening, Nuthouse. It's totally not Wily. Wait. Mid-boss time. I'll use special weapons for these, why not? We passed by the first set of Titanium Gates. No deaths so far. I'll be tracking the number of deaths I'll encounter here. That's death number 1. Knowing my luck, there'll be 1 stage out of the 8, which I'll die a lot in. Or worse, too. I just need to do a slide there. Two E-tanks, 1 M-tank. Got it. I'll collect it when I have the chance. Check my density is still on point. Oh boy. I'm always very aware when you need these sorts of spike jumps. At number 2. I have to initiate from the right side. And you know me, I've always had a lot of trouble with these sorts. because I have to initiate it from high enough but not too high. And no matter the level, I've always had issues pulling this off. Next time I'm just using item 2 or item 1. Of course, the jump fails to work. Again, game. Sparkman platforms plus disorder jump, never a fan of them. Perhaps in a different engine. There we go. Hardest part of the stage yet. Yeah, of course, this is Mega Man Maker. Saying that's easier said than done. Especially when this can happen. Just a little tap. 8 deaths so far. Being at the very edge is not good enough. We made it past the hardest part of the stage by far. That one jump. Nothing else comes close to it. I hope at least. I know the way you're intended to do it, but I can't pull it off here. I need the E-Tank for later. I have a very strong suspicion what's coming up next. Mid-boss number 2. Are these the rematches, or something else? If they're the rematches, I'm just gonna use special weapons. Rematches, got it. So I will use special weapons. So I suppose there are 2 rematches per stage, then the actual boss at the end. At least for the first fortress. Yeah, double top. So this stage's main gimmick were the tops. Not the tops. I mean the Sparkman platforms. At number 9 or 10. I'm guessing their weakness is the magnet missile. Problem is they get desynced. That's one. Oh, it's not the magnet missile. Interesting. That's a hectic but fun fortress boss. You can. It's not too much movement manipulation compared to something like Concrete Man. This is fine. Ooh, this stage was a brutal difficulty spike. Only for that one jump. Everything else, it's about in place. Corruptor Fortress 2, Botanical Sector, with 10 plays and a score of 4. Going from a series of deadly titanium gates into a deadly jungle. The funny thing is, that statement is accurate about the series for most of the series. It's what else is joined with which makes the series unique. Eventually, when I get a better computer, I may start covering it from zero. I kinda prefer if they use the original title, Like a Dragon. That's more accurate to the series themes and whatnot. Oh, as a brief refresher, I'll swap between each character throughout this fortress. First is Mega, then Proto, then back to Mega, etc. Proto can charge, but he takes double damage. Plus, he has the same set of special weapons as Mega does. And that's actually one of the more sane moments, even if it's torn apart. And that's actually one of the more sane moments. In a way, the Yakuza / Like a Dragon series is a spiritual successor to Shenmue. Oh no. Keep running. I don't know, the way I would describe most of the Yakuza series before 7 would be a third-person open-world action brawler. but that's oversimplifying it, kind of. Quality, decent. There have been some rough patches, see, last week, but I guess it's fine. Be careful though, some spots suddenly spike in difficulty. It's not something I would recommend to a newbie. I'm currently in the second fortress level. That's my bad. For the most part, I don't really mind the difficulty. Your level pack isn't next gen. Maybe? Yeah, it is next. Never mind. I see, Jaden. That makes a lot more sense. Right. Thanks, controller. Or rather, the game. I know exactly what to do now. Alright, in the first stage died about 10 times, last stage 2 times, this one 2 times. It's so much more than that. As I said, it kind of reminds me of being a spiritual successor of the Shenmue series. Namely from 2 on. From what I've heard, Yakuza 6 or 7 is more of a sequel to Shenmue 2 than Shenmue 3 is. Oh no. Ah, that was a close one. Checkpoint SE is good, makes up for the increase in difficulty. There's already a Mafia game franchise. Oh, so close. And that was the deal breaker for many, unfortunately, along with a host of other bad decisions. Again, if you want to play a more modern adaptation of Shenmue, just play Yakuza. It has its own set of jank, but it's modern jank, I suppose. Definitely not as goofy. Definitely not as humorous as Yakuza can get. Mafia is mostly serious. I mean, let's put it this way. Mafia doesn't try to be funny. It only becomes that unintentionally, from what I've heard and seen. But Yakuza, it embraces both seriousness and humor. Trust me, there are a lot of gaming series I only heard for the first time thanks to being part of this, thanks to starting doing live streams. Even if I had Mega Man, this is far easier than the first boss. You should probably switch the order. The one with the double top man required quite a bit of careful positioning. This one... not really. X to Doubt? Wait, I thought X to Doubt was created by a different series. What was that game by Rockstar? Anyways, this stage was easier than the first. Eleanor, that's the one that had pressed X to Doubt. Or the one that popularized the meme. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't blame you. Yeah, Wednesday live stream's a good idea. No nonsense, straight-faced, but the goofiness arises from unintentional factors, but not intended. Maybe shared development teams? From the forest into the infernal heating furnace. 10 plays, score of 3. The meme referring to Mr. Lee is press F to pay respects. Back to Mega for this one. They were. Mafia 1 and 2 had different developers. Eleanor was developed by Rockstar. You know, the same guys behind Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. And Bully, yeah. Oh. I'm mainly looking forward to Stage 2021 and the next Steam Game Festival. I never really watch it live. I watch the summaries later. Delicious last course. I really need to play the full game. I don't think I'll be able to make it in time, so I'll do it the classic way. I never really cared that much about any gaming conference, outside of if it features mostly indies. Better safe than sorry. Then again, I hold the same opinions on most trade shows. I just watch the summaries later. That's what I did. Damage boost. Checkpoint placements in item 1 and 2. We'll be never mind. You again. I did hear that the sequel of Bloodstained is in development. Kinda cruel placing the checkpoint right after a spike fall section. Yeah, sequel to whenever I say... Okay, sequel to Ritual of the Night, the main timeline, yeah. I think they posted a trailer sometime. I just noticed it popped up yesterday. Thank you, game. Once I get a better computer, I'll eventually cover it. The ledge saved me there. Only... Oh. I was gonna say only one, then I realized it's Metal Man. I don't know, this feels as difficult as the previous one. Not very. Yeah, especially with that and endgame spoilers. Save that for gaming spoilers. The only thing people have told me before playing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is that pay attention to the map, don't eat food if you want a harder experience or you don't want to break the game, and be careful when getting the photographic film. Oh, okay. It's like that boss from Mega Man 9, I think? Let's try it again. You know, if I had Proto, this would be a cinch. Wait, is this side mission? Huh. I thought it was mandatory for progression. I was warned in advance about that because several people got stuck. And about the food comment, many people have told me that the food system basically breaks the game's difficulty. It's too powerful. Sparky. Oh. Essentially, the main issue I've heard is that because the food items give permanent stat buffs, that's what breaks the game's difficulty in half. The game works best without having them. But again, I'll figure out for myself when I play it. Fun stage, slightly tougher than 2. On to the final stage of Corruptor Fortress, Secret Control Room, 19 plays, score 5. Were they? Can someone double check? From what I understand, the food items give you temporary buffs, but the first time you consume a new dish, you get a permanent stat boost. Is that still in place, or are you misremembering? And is it different between the consoles? Because I know that the Switch version was developed by a different developer at first. Fired him? Yeah, that's the one. That's the thing I've heard that breaks the game's difficulty. Oh, yeah, for the people from the comments, mainly from acquaintances, they essentially were more completionists, aka they crafted most, if not all, the food items and consumed them. So... Oops, didn't pay attention. Battle for Bikini Bottom was fine. Well, okay, on the PC, maybe not on Switch. What is his weakness anyways? Oh. That's the only warning I've been told about. Just don't consume the food items if you want to keep the game's difficulty. The shards don't break the game as much. And unlike the stat boosts, you can actually toggle them off. Nonetheless, no one has complained about the game's quality. Everyone says it's great. Thanks again. I would have preferred if it was a falling platform. 200% runs are only for the most dedicated players, especially for those sorts of Metroidvanias, RPG Metroidvanias. Trust me, when I get to something like Gallows, I'm not gonna 100% it. That's the same reason why I didn't 100% Cathedral. I knew it. Here we go. No, I didn't 100% Cathedral. I didn't get all the pages, and I missed an armor upgrade. I 90%ed the game, I think. Big on Ketos. All I know is that you have to wait a lot for that. Hi, Dark. Welcome. Uh, 100 pages. I collected 50 or 60? Maybe in the future. They did fix some of my complaints about backtracking. Bottom, Ketos. Baten Kaitos. Yeah, I know. 64... That's going to be an interesting title later. Especially when I start covering Mario ROM hacks. That was a close one. I started that from the wrong side. Solar Blaze is the best option here. Of all the genres of games I've played, I've ignored fighting games the most. Namely as I suck at them. This stream won't be short, mark my words. I'm only done with the first fortress. We still have one entire one left to go. Essentially, I tend to break down fighters into three categories. Pure 2D, 3D ones like Tekken, and stuff like so close. I don't know, stuff like those 3D battle arenas. Bye, Blue Devil. By the way, Toadman two-shots me here. Oh no. It was Wily all along. Wait. Escape. Suddenly, Brightman music. Ring, sorry. And we're out. The Corruptor Fortress was all a ruse. I'll be right back in a moment. Actually, 1 second. Yeah, I'll be right back. And we're back. After discovering Wily's behind it all, it's time to assault his fortress, beginning with the Golden Wall. 19th place, score 5. Corruptor Fortress's first stage involved titanium gates. Now we have the Golden Wall. What's next? Light Slab has platinum walls. Wily knew of Mega Man's weakness to Pippies. Or rather, Wily Castle. This time he really shelled out the money for Golden. Although in the case of Captain N, it's more like they didn't care. Well, different kinds. I'll give the Castlevania artists more slack. Even if we're to disregard whatever the original designs were and whatnot, and authenticity, the Castlevania ones are far better. Even the Captain N ones plainly mostly suck. Also, is it just me, or is the difficulty of the fortresses kind of flipped? Oh no. That's it, I'm gonna have to find weaknesses. Hi 70, welcome to stream. Glad you could make it. Okay, that makes better sense. So Proto would have the easier time here. The problem is they're desynced. And the start menu didn't work. Hi, Rodonis. I like the song, I just don't like how overused it is. Wily Tree's Fortress team is underrated, to be honest. I like to... I'll have to clarify this. Oh, the direction is... That's why. because they move in the same direction at the start, but one gets blocked off by the wall. What is Simon's personality anyways? You're right, he doesn't really have any. Despite being one of the most featured Belmonts in the franchise. Unless you count the new generation, or new timeline. I like Mega Man 2's Wily Fortress 1 team, the second one not so much. As for Mega Man 3, I like the Wily Fortress 2 team from that. As for which game has my favorite Wily team, that would be 6 and 7. The Wily team from 11 is fine. I like it. Structurally, this is supposed to be more difficult than the preceding fortress, but I feel it has mostly levity. This is easier than Corruptor 1. There was no one spot where there was a spike wall which I kept impaling myself on. To put it another way, I feel like the difficulty dropped a bit, down to Corruptor Fortress 2 levels. Three strikes and you're out? Looks to be the case. I was gonna bounce up a bit. Wily Tree, duly noted. Duly noted. That ball always throws me off. I keep thinking it's gonna bounce at a different angle, but in reality it bounces at the angle it hits me with. This is why I much prefer fighting with Proto Man. It's not Strike Man himself, it's the Rebound Striker, aka the good version of the weapon. The one I wish I had. I should have just used the M-Tank. This is... Due to how this stage is structured, this is even harder than the Fortress boss in the previous stage, which is to be intended, but I wasted everything. Ooh. Once again, if we ever get the Rebound Striper and Mega Man Maker, I want it to work like this. Or closer to something like this. Or just bump up the max number of uses, or shots per screen. Next up is Laser Taser, with 17 plays and a score of 5. The hardest part of the stage was the boss battle. The reverse is the case with the preceding Fortress stages. Speaking of which, prototype. I'll grab one of these just in case. I don't have to bust out the level editor, even though technically I'm down to 0 E and M tanks. Oh boy. Cool Easter egg team. There's only one. Just run. I'll see the message in a moment. Never mind. They're just professional friends, that's all. Excuse me? Why is there multiple of them? They still spawn in for off screen, so you need to be careful. Compared to many other franchises, the long-running ones, Castlevania timeline is pretty simple to follow. Music, this is the Easter egg. This is the Easter egg 30XX team. Ow. Ah. I see there. I was pressing the fire button. How do you unlock it? There's a certain key press you have to do on the intro credit screen. Oh, don't get me wrong about... Oh, Street Fighter. They kinda backed themselves in a corner with the timeline, where they really don't want to move past a certain point. after, I believe, Third Strike. Yeah, go to the info screen and type in the code 30XX. When do I attain? I'm not sure. I'm almost certain that the next game is going to be X9, or a compilation. Because I do know that, according to Brian, aka Protodude, a new Mega Man game is coming out in 2022. By the way, Brian/Protodude is the one who announced the existence of Rockman X Dive. I don't mind if a game has another side or another story, like multiple stories taking place with different casts around the same time frame, but where it gets confusing is when you have the same cast of characters, and it's not an AU, or alternate universe. Or X9, or the compilation. I do want a compilation pack to Battle Network and Star Force. Especially Star Force. No thanks, we've been stuck in the 8-bit era for long enough. With Capcom's resources, please keep us with the 3D engine of that era. And knowing Capcom's trend, we'll be using the same 3D graphical art style from 11 for at least 2 more games. Maybe with some touch-ups. But if we have to go to a retro style again, please use 16-bit. Mega Man 7 or the Wily Wars art style, either one will do. Or even Mega Man 8, that's fine with me. Mega Man 7, Wily Wars, or Mega Man 8. We had enough of the 8-bit era. Leave that to the fans. They've got that covered well enough. Speaking of boss difficulties, this was far easier than the preceding one. That's one of my complaints about this pack so far with the fortresses. The fortress boss difficulties are running the gamut and not consistent. Sometimes the preceding bosses are much easier or more difficult than the succeeding ones. Next up is Wily Stage 3, Aquatic Pull. 13 plays, score of 2. Well, it's definitely not 8-bit. It's not 16-bit either. I know it doesn't respect the limitations of 8-bit games, but it has a bigger color space too, doesn't it? The way I taught it, it's basically 8-bit with an expanded color palette, or less color restrictions. Or it could be taken to be an average between 8-bit and 16-bit, I'm not sure. Regardless, I think it looks nice. Indie Tarot deck? I did. Kinda got lost in the shuffle of other things. Oh well, there's also a pure 8-bit mode. What I'm hoping is there's a 16-bit mode added later. I believe you have a choice between using the old tracks and the new tracks. So, if one prefers the other, pick that one. Which castle team? Mega Man 5's Wily Castle. No, actually no. This is Mega Man 4's final Wily Castle team. Mega Man 5 is far lower key. I wouldn't say it sucked, but I get why you would say that. To me, it was just mediocre. Suffering from Capcom's sequel stagnation. Same, I'd still take it over the first three. Especially one. Oops. If I were to rate the 3 games in the second trilogy, 4 comes out on top, followed by 6, then 5. Same here. Same. Boring. Oh yeah. Speaking of Sage, in this year's Sage, I'm hoping to cover more titles. Instead of just covering 5 or 6 like last time. It did play it a bit too safe. I know 5 took risks and kind of reminds me of 3 in that way, with the more non-standard arm designs, but didn't really hit the mark. 6 played it much more safe with the more elemental designs, but I liked the country teaming and accepting all those ideas, and it did a better execution. The first chapter of Poppin' and Jupa took over 4 to 5 years to develop, so you're gonna be waiting for that. I wish more games use its XP system. I like how they use the country teaming, but some of the relations don't exactly match up. Good example being Tomahawk Man and Plant Man. Especially Plant Man. If I wasn't told he represented Brazil, I wouldn't make the connection. At least with Tomahawk Man, you can sort of make the connection. Also Windman. Another easy boss. To be frank, I'd swap most of the bosses in the first fortress from the ones in this one. These are far easier. Hang on one sec. Okay, back. On to the final stage, Final Fortress. 26 plays, score 5. Okay, Proto, it's up to you. Save the world. The braid. I want them to get back to the idea of accepting fan submissions. Or maybe something similar to country teaming. Alright, acid deals 7 times 2 damage now. And now, with the ubiquity of the internet, it should be far easier to get all the ideas in, or submissions in. Mind you, back in that era, they had hundreds. True. Centaur and Nightman, I guess, fit their country's origin, being fairly obvious. Yamada Man as well, fairly obvious. Flame Man's also obvious. Anyways, Wily Machine time. Ow. Ow. I guess, the way he's designed, he kind of represents... Oh, never mind, I guess. Yeah, that's about what I was gonna say. He more represents the Ottoman Empire. Or countries based off that. This is only phase 2. There's very likely a phase 3 right after. Wily has been defeated. For now. Question mark, question mark. Then. Aw, no third phase? Here I thought there'd be a phase number 3. And thus, this marks the end of the level pack Mega Man RockNBlues. An overall decent pick, although with some rather notable issues. First, let me start with what I liked. I like their variety of bosses, going from the usual, some of the more traditional stages like the sky, electricity, and sometimes the ninjas, or steam I mean. Then we have more and less non-traditional things like combining fire and ice, and we have bones, tanks, vampires, ninjas, etc. I like how there's 2 sets of fortress stages, although in retrospect I think it could be reduced down to 6 in terms of uniqueness. I like the ones in the Wily Fortress far more. You could probably break down the ones here into just 2 or 3. My biggest issue is with the difficulty, or rather, the difficulty consistency. Even in the RM stages, if you go from one RM to another, there can be wild swings in difficulty. Usually in the stages, it does a fine job having a difficulty curve and a okay to decent-ish climax. But gosh, sometimes when you go from, for example, Vampire or Steampunk over to Sky or Frostburn, the difficulty ratchets it up really fast. Like compared to all the other stages where I died 5 or 6 times at most, in Frostburn I died over 15 or 16 times, mostly in one spot around a spike fall. Similar issue with Titanium Gates. Yikes, that one jump ate 8 lives. Nothing else came close to this in terms of difficulty. And we have a different difficulty issue in the Fortress stages. See, 1 because on one spot is one of the most difficult ones, then it eases up with 2, gets more difficult 3, 4 is just a boss at the end, so it's fine. Then it eases up notably at 1, then 2, 3, 4, but they're still easier than 1. And then there's the whole issue of the Fortress bosses, where honestly, the set of Fortress bosses from 1 through 4 here, outside of the first one, are easier than the ones in here. They should be flipped. It makes for a kind of rocky and inconsistent experience. Oh sure, I like many of the challenges and the difficulty progression, but because of the boss orders and some of these minor sections just ratcheting up the difficulty, it makes it hard to expect what's coming up next. It's jostling, I'd say. It's definitely better than your previous pack, I'd say, in terms of design, but I would say to reorder some of your challenges, move them around to different stages, and you would end up with a better experience. It'd take it from being a decent to decent 0.5 pack over to an almost good one, and reduce the number of stages in this one from 4 to 2 or 3. In total, I died over about 30 to 40 times in this pack. I'd only recommend this to somewhat skilled to experienced Mega Man Maker players. If you have average skill, you're in for a painful time with levels like Sky Man, Frostburn Man, Corruptor Fortress 1, and a few spots here and there. In any case, thank you for submitting your pack to me, Rajolt. It's very appreciated. Next week's level pack will be Mega Man Colors by Jedok74. Thanks for watching the stream, everyone. I hope to see you all tomorrow morning for Paper Mario, or tomorrow evening for Skullboy Refractured. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.